Hello and welcome to session 38 of Felonies of Faith, our Dark Heresy campaign. In the last session, it was the big doozy, and regrettably, Scout was unable to make it, but I'm just going to give a quick review. Things started off with the team getting the door open to escape, just as the green blob fell out of the ceiling to the east of their current position. And while also Grace revealed that she knew who Balgras was, and they actually have a romantic history together, and she begged the team to stop hurting him, even though he was presently on fire. She took off her flak armor and put it out, helped him to his feet. While this was taking place, the green blob was revealed to be, to half the team anyway, a great unclean one that was presently in a nascent state. It was not fully gestated into the material realm, so it was a bit smaller than a great unclean one should be. Krios freaked the fuck out and obliterated the heretic elite who was right next to him with Henry, and then promptly got his emotions under control. Byrne was rather upset about this revelation because this was a particular great unclean one that he has a history with. Oh shit, I forgot there was a ton of make those tokens invisible. Whoops. Let's see, what else? Kieran was the first to run through the door and started running down the stairs and discovered that there was actually some traitor soldiers who had created some barricades pointing in the direction that they were anticipating people to come up the stairs, not down the stairs from behind. Kieran was followed by Ariane and Talia, who were fortunately not exposed to the Great Unclean One. Shelby, of course, was on Talia's heels the whole time. Haley spent a fate point to be immune to the demonic aura with her faith power. And in a remarkable test of sheer force of will, Grace was entirely just badass mode, caring not a lick at all for the Great Unclean One, focusing entirely on Balgras and trying to get him to leave with her. The Great Unclean One revealed that Grace's middle name was Joy, and that this somehow had great meaning to Balgras, and Balgras and Joy, or Grace, fled together as the team was distracted by the Great Unclean One. Krios managed to nail it rather soundly with his Henry, and that seemed to irk the Great Unclean One a bit, but wasn't angry. And then Haley shot it with a sanctified holy plasma pistol, as well as a second plasma pistol that she had acquired from Kieran. And the Great Unclean One wasn't just banished, it was ripped asunder. Now, 3 of the characters had a unique experience when Haley fired off those pistols. Haley was not one of the 3 who realized what happened. Technically, no one realized what happened. They just saw something very unnatural. And so as far as Haley's concerned, it was her holy sanctified plasma pistol that, did that demon, did it good. The Nurglings that were crawling all over the Great Unclean One were very upset by this and vowed vengeance upon Byrne. Something I forgot to mention is, aside from talking about Balgras and Grace, the Great Unclean One was also indicating quite heavily that Vern was one of them. I think at least 3 times the Great Unclean One did some sort of reference to Vern being with him or one of them or something along those lines. And so when the Great Unqueen One was obliterated, Vern started stripping off his weapons, stating that he was nothing like the Great Unclean One. And he was all proud about who he was, although all of a sudden he wasn't capable of carrying all those heavy-duty weapons he had been carrying for oh so long now. Eventually everybody started to escape, and the little nerdlings tried to chase Vern, but despite his sudden lack of energy, he was still quick enough to get away from them. And that's when Vern started to get fat. Just all of a sudden, his body started to bloat inside his armor, and he desperately needed to unbuckle it and loosen straps and whatnot. And so by the time everybody had made it to the shuttle, Vern was about 100, well, not 100 kilos, maybe 70 kilos heavier. Like he put on a lot of weight all of a sudden, like out of nowhere. And everybody filtered into the shuttle. It was Talia's opinion that we should tell the soldiers that Grace gave her life so that they could escape, and that we hold off on dealing with Vern until we're in a location that is secure and private. However, Haley decided to keep her plasma pistols trained on Vern during the entire ride home. Talia also requested that Krios make arrangements back at the outpost that quarantine be set up for the entire team so that we can make sure that, you know, everybody is in relative health before they walk around starting infecting other people. So, Ariane, was there going to be anything in particular that you do during the flight?
Not beyond what she's already been doing, which is essentially being in shock. Okay.
And you still have Stig and Lit basically as your personal subordinates. Was there?
Oh, are they here now?
They stayed with the soldiers, and everybody made it back to the Valkyrie. They actually went down the staircase because the traitors had destroyed your other exit strategy.
Right. I see. Well then.
Okay.
She would probably check to make sure that they are okay and everything, and that they didn't sustain any wounds or anything like that.
Now, both of them are still entirely, you know, full integrity. Their suits, well, don't exactly fit right, but they don't have any breaches.
Okay. Well, she'll stick near them.
Okay. So the Valkyrie will land, and you guys will be allowed to get out. There will be, if you guys can...
BT, one thing?
Yes?
You said that Vern would be jabbing himself with
right.
drug.
Right. So while on the shuttle, Vern is going to be injecting himself.
No.
Haley's not going to let him?
No.
What you going to do?
Well, as soon as I see the pull the needle, I'm going to shout at you to drop it. Put it down now.
I think that's a willpower roll. Unless you say I can do it under...
I was going to say, are you going to explain to Haley what you're doing or not?
Well, I will say to her that... how would I say that I need this to concentrate.
I don't care. Down now.
Do I have the willpower to drop it?
I was just going to see, is anyone else getting involved in this?
Krios will just calmly say, do as she says, Vern.
Okay, Vern, you're going to have
I need this handshaking willpower.
Yes. Okay, we are now going to be doing agility rolls for Haley and Vern. Unless, of course, you want to spend your 1 fate point on that, Vern.
No.
Can I interrupt?
In what capacity?
I want to say something.
Well, you're not going to be able to get more than a word out before Vern starts to jab the needle. So what we're going to need is Haley and Vern to do their agility rolls. If you want to do something physical, Tyrion, you'd do an agility roll as well.
Okay. I don't think I'm doing much of anything.
She starts killing everyone on the ship.
With my luck, I'll get a...
I'm faster than fucking lightning.
Well, let's see what Haley gets.
Do I even need to roll? I'm not beating a 1.
Degrees of success do matter, and his agility right now is hindered.
Alright.
Wow. That will actually be effectively a tie. Now, do either of you have anything else here? Let's see here. Vern is at 46 agility, while Haley is at 48. Haley, you do get to do whatever you want to do first, as he's basically putting the pointy end of the syringe to his face.
I was tempted to just shoot it. But I have my plasma pistols equipped, so that's not a good idea. So I'm just going to grab his hand and pull it away.
Okay, give me a weapon skill test. Did you want to fake that?
I don't think it's not a critical failure, so I'm not going to get my finger jabbed by it, so let him have it.
Okay. So basically Haley reaches out to try and grab the needle, but Vern jabs it into his eye and punches down on the plunger. And then Vern just kind of, I imagine he'd actually leave the syringe just sticking out of his eyes. This kind of awkward smile comes over his lips, and he just sort of goes limp in the seat.
Not quite that, but
no, okay.
More like he puts it in. He gets more relaxed, and he just basically takes the needle out and just goes relaxed, and seems much more calm. Relaxed overall.
That's to club him over the head with the pistol.
I don't think I probably should roll for how long it lasts.
Yeah. Also, 1d5 energy damage, although I think your toughness is still high. Your toughness is still high enough that you'll ignore any damage there.
First, how many?
Wait, sorry. It treats toughness as primitive. It only takes half your toughness into account. So you do need to roll 1d5 for damage.
Roll a 1.
Okay.
I did.
So you don't suffer any damage from the injection.
3d5 to see how long my stupidity lasts. Basically minus 10 to intellect. 10 hours. And for the next minute or so, everything Vern does is really slow.
So I think Kieran wanted to try to do something in that moment.
Well, she was going to just tell Haley to just, like, back off. He's clearly gone through a lot. I don't know that Tyrion knows exactly what happened, but you can tell that he gained some weight just probably by looking at him, right?
Yes, no, everybody can definitely tell he has gained unnatural amounts of weight.
I don't know if...
Basically, she wanted to say, if
Right.
that happened to me, I would want to do drugs too, but she didn't have the opportunity.
Tyrion?
What?
Shut up now.
I will give Tyrion and anyone else of the group that looks like they're going to speak up looks that seem to state continuing to speak about this subject would be detrimental to oneself.
Krios?
I haven't said anything. I'm just giving people dirty looks if they continue talking about this shit.
I'm addressing you.
Yes, Haley?
If you'd be so kind as to make sure he doesn't try anything like that again, my hands are a little full at the moment, and you have a few to spare.
Good point. Well made.
Thank you.
Mechadendrites engage.
I don't give a damn. I'm high.
Well, looks like we will be taking him to the medical wing to see what the hell he put in him.
It's stillness.
Anyone know what that is?
All right, anybody who happens to have Medicaid can attempt a negative 20 Medicaid roll. If you have knowledge of the underworld, it will just be a flat roll. And if you have biologistics or, I think Krios has that. Yes, Krios, you have biologistics, you can roll biologistics. Yes, indeed, Krios, you have heard of stillness. It is a drug that basically was designed for snipers to allow them to be, lower heart rates, better hand-eye coordination. However, it has the side effect of making them kind of stupid after the fact and really, really sluggish.
So it's basically like diazepam from Metal Gear Solid.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know Metal Gear Solid, I'm afraid, but okay.
Yeah, it's
There's
the same thing,
boss fight
basically.
where Snake you have to snipe someone and this aim is shaky.
Except this doesn't hurt you in health. It just makes you fucking dumb.
No, it also hurts your health if you fail the toughness roll.
Yeah, well.
So is Krios going to explain that to the group?
No, it's not important. If it was combat stimulants, then yeah, sure.
Okay, so anybody else saying anything during the flight?
No, because Grace's team doesn't have anything they should be overhearing.
Bungie?
Yes,
There's a message for you from Jess.
I will consult my chronometer opticon, and I will then say however
Well,
much it is.
Technically, it could have gone off when the bombardment started because it had the proximity thing that if somebody tries to tamper with it, it should explode. So technically, heavy shaking would also make it go off.
That's a good point. How close are the shelling units?
The vehicles?
Yeah.
Well, let me take a look. Oh, yeah, I guess I should have moved the things on the map. I'm not really sure what the optimal range is for, are they basilisks or medusas? Medusas. But what's the optimal range for medusas?
They're not the longest range artillery, but they're still artillery.
I know that. Yeah.
I mean, they could be operating at a kilometer or more quite happily, I imagine.
Really?
I imagine so.
I don't think they had quite that range to them, but...
Well, the battle tank can shoot several kilometers, and that's not even artillery. I think I could just...
Well, they'll be they're relatively close to the tower.
I might send a Vox message that the tower is extremely volatile. Sorry, to the army elements, that the tower is volatile and is not stable. All units shelling should maintain safe distance while doing so.
I imagine, the Captain Bedson will reply to you saying, "You stay out of my operations, sir."
I'm going to make a willpower roll. What's my willpower again?
For Krios, it is a 49.
Huh. Well, I'll take it as a sign, and I won't be snarky.
Krios not snarky? He must be having a bad day.
Well, he really doesn't like her.
But then
throw around words like bitch, but she is a colossal bitch.
I was thinking of a C word, but in any event,
She's also a cow.
Not the C word I was thinking of, but in any event, by the time you guys get out of the Valkyrie, I've got like extras of everything on this map. When you get out of the Valkyrie, you will be greeted by a group of Imperial Guard soldiers, as well as the special operative that was guarding the ship earlier. And they basically have, the soldiers are all in gas masks, and they will have basically a large container of disinfectant spray with a kind of power hose attachment to it.
Let that shit just fucking rain on me.
So who'd like to come out first? Okay, so Shelby's right at the front, apparently. All right, so just before they start the spray, off in the distance, there will be the sound of the Medusas firing upon the tower. And it's a repetitive boom, 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 boom. And you guys can already see the smoke billowing up from around the tower as the tower starts to teeter a bit near the top. And that's when the explosion goes off. And the top 10, 20 floors of the tower just erupt into a fireball that rises up into the sky and starts billowing out blackish smoke. And the great big green tumory thing that was up on top of it, it looks like it had actually already started to wither in those moments before the explosion. But the explosion definitely scatters it to the winds, and chunks of it just sort of disintegrate into green pus as the top of the tower is a big flaming mass as the bombardment at the bottom continues. And over the course of a few minutes, it'll start to give way and crumble down into the ground. So Shelby gives a content nod. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Fungi.
All things considered, I don't think that plan was too terribly bad.
And nobody else wants to...
Pretty.
I'll be going out last with Vern.
Couldn't have happened to a nicer building.
Shelby is going to get sprayed down, and she'll be brought aside, assuming she'll cooperate or not. Right. Basically, a couple of guards start to inspect you for any signs of a breach. And they're checking your suit in all the various places, checking your gear, doing some more disinfectant sprays with a smaller kind of aerosol can. And Talia would be right behind Shelby. She'll also get sprayed down. She'll cooperate. Haley, okay, is anyone going to be holding on to watching Vern and declining? Is that both Krios and Haley?
I believe so.
So you two are going to hold off to the last minute.
Well, I'm not holding off being sprayed. I'm just making, I'm keeping Vern under control. I'm not avoiding anything.
Well, much of the things you have to keep under control, he's just sitting there or just being there, relaxed.
Well, yes, but it's the damn principle of the matter, you damn heretic.
Since Ariane has been exposed, as well as a couple of the soldiers, they will be directed to the medical bay.
Me too. Or I guess I have a breach. Not necessarily...
Yeah, that will take a moment yet. They're taking the obvious ones right now. Krios, you are technically obviously without the same sort of environmental protection as the others. And they're going to request that you go to the med bay. They're not just request. They're going to say it was your own damn orders.
They're going to say what, sorry?
What was that?
They're going to say what, sorry?
It was your orders that they arranged this in the first place, and you're not wearing an environmental suit, ergo, you need to go to the med bay for full quarantine.
Yeah, well, but you can Vern did me, because I'm pretty sure he's burst out of his suit too.
Oh yeah, I have a pretty noticeable breach in my suit, being shot. And
the fact you undid everything.
Yeah, so, yeah, I will just sheepishly follow you, or walk in front of you, whatever.
All right, so for Tyrion and Alexandra, are either of you going to try and hide your breaches?
No, I'm going to actually announce I do have a suit breach.
Okay,
Tyrion? I'm not sure she's aware that it's there.
Your suit informed you.
Oh, did it?
Yes, the suits they have their own little machine spirits that inform you when there's a breach.
Well, regardless, she kind of wants to go because she's not in the best of shape after, 2 bombs exploding in her face anyway.
Okay.
And being shot at and such.
And let me just grab the soldiers that will also be sent. The rest of them, I think, they're all doing pretty well. Oh, wait. Shit, who's the one who barfed? It was Ryland?
Oh, I don't remember.
Right. So,
I do believe it was Ryland.
Is anyone going to talk about that event?
Yeah. Pretty much going to say all of that whole entire squad should probably be quarantined as well. We don't know exactly what they did while we were away.
That shows so much trust. Give me a command roll.
Okay. Command roll, it is... Okay.
Well, at least
68.
At least I hope Alexandra uses a word preliminary.
Testing.
Yeah.
Preliminary testing on them, please. Oh, barely made that from a 68 DC.
Okay, the soldiers are a little upset that, no trust. No trust at all.
It's just
But,
clearing testing. We all gotta be safe and careful. Remember what we saw back there?
Krios will add after that, probably giving Alexandra a look like, be careful what you say, and say, it's standard protocol, all of us get checked out. It is for our own safety and the safety of everyone around us.
Krios also wants Shelby, Talia, and Haley, as well as Stig and Lit, to get checked out then?
Well, Talia and Shelby have already been checked out, haven't they?
All they got was they sprayed them with disinfectant and they checked their suits for breaches. No breaches found. They're being treated as clean.
Then, yes, I would request that they also get inspected like us. No
one left behind?
Why take stupid risks?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, is Haley going to throw a fit over that or not? Or not, sorry, Shelby. Boy, is Shelby going to throw a fit over that? Okay. So I'm just putting everybody in the goddamn infirmary. Well, this is going to actually take quite some time. So, right. Yes, we'll get to Lynn when she's actually awake again. She's still being heavily medicated. There will be plenty of Imperial Guardsmen watching over the quarantine zone. Basically, the med bay has been, any other soldiers have been removed from the med bay. And it's basically a cramped situation at the moment. They've basically got plastic sheets separating each of you, but you're still in your own, one little, what are they called? Medical bed. And they removed your gear for those that will cooperate. Is there anyone who won't cooperate with the removal of gear?
I wouldn't say it's not cooperating, but Ariane's not really actively helping.
I don't give a damn.
Now, Shelby, when you say she won't let it get out of sight, are you referring to the shield? Or her gear in general? Okay. Someone's probably going to have to talk on Shelby's behalf before things get violent.
Isn't that Talia's job?
Well, what exactly would Shelby do when they start to try to cart her gear away? Okay, so gonna say give you a willpower roll. You're not pushing, right? You're fettering, right? Yeah. So go ahead and give me a willpower versus their strength. Right. So even with your fate point, they managed to very grudgingly start to make some headway with the cart. Talia will have to do an awareness. Talia is a little distracted right now. That's not going to be enough for her. Oh, okay. Well, wait. If Shelby is getting up, then Talia will definitely notice that. She'll reach out and put a hand on Shelby's shoulder and say, "Don't we have to get checked out?" And let's see, Talia charm. Oh, Talia lie. To fate or not to fate? Putting it to the public vote.
I say fate.
Same.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's kind of a waste of fate for Talia. Oh well. She's just going to kind of lightly pat Shelby on the leg. There. Oh wait, she can't actually do that. Can't she? Yeah, she can do that. They haven't got her in a quarantine separate yet, but they'll be separated shortly. In fact, we'll all be separated. It's going to be quite some time. So let us start with Krios.
Yes.
Give me your toughness roll.
The amount of fucks given is precisely 0.
Well done. Next up, we'll go to Tyrion.
Uh-oh. Not the toughest motherfucker.
Did you want to fate?
We're just taking care of, like, role-playing stuff, right?
Yes.
You know what? I think I will.
Okay.
Suck it.
Very nice. Okay. Next up, Ariane.
Yes.
Please give me your toughness roll. You'll also get a willpower roll, actually, first. Give me the willpower roll. Because you have pure faith.
Yes, give me 1 second. I appear to have misplaced something. Sorry.
Shall we come back to you?
No, I've got it. Okay.
Okay.
Just
playing a trauma cat at the moment.
I impersonated the wrong person. Sorry.
Go ahead and give us the Ariane roll for toughness next.
Okay.
And there will be a bonus because of your other. With that is going to be a degree of success with the bonus.
Cool. That was smooth.
Okay, Alexandra.
Well, 1 in 4. Hopefully it works. Yes!
Hey, you guys are getting really lucky here versus Nurgle diseases. Vern, that leaves you, I believe. And you, did you already use your fate points? No, you didn't. So,
Nope.
Do you want to?
No. Not yet.
Okay, so Vern is going to be our loser tonight. Oh, and what a loser he's going to be. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Okay, and I'm just going to... How incredibly appropriate. Okay, Vern has a fever. Everyone else checks out pretty well. Vern, they're going to ask the rest of the team. Well, actually, Brooke, you're head nurse or doctor or medic. That's it. You're the head medic here. Are you going to immediately start to try to treat Vern's fever, or are you going to ask the Inquisition what they want done?
Well, I've been told that I need to set up a quarantine. Therefore, anyone who has a fever and is sick will be quarantined, unless someone tells me otherwise.
Right, everyone is technically in their own little quarantine booth at this point. He's the one who, other than the grunt soldiers, has started to demonstrate negative reaction.
She's still going to start to treat him, or tell the nurses to start to treat him.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a Medicaid roll. Not bad. Okay. So the rest of them, it'll be like a full hour or more that you guys are sitting around, basically in your underwear or naked, depending on how much underwear you own, waiting to receive, the bill of health. But eventually, some soldiers. Yes, naked Krios is metal as fuck. Eventually, soldiers will start to return with your gear. Now, anything that is metallic will be fine, sterilized, no problem. Don't think any of you really had anything organic to any big extent, right? None of you had any food reserves or anything?
I think the only closest thing to organic we had was anything made out of like a cloth, like normal clothes.
Yeah, and that can be sterilized. They believe, sterilized. That I guess basically only the Holy Rage would potentially have any lasting issue, considering that there's candles and incense and whatnot. So Haley and Ariane. Oh, what?
I was just thinking that Vern has the Scoriad. What is it made of? Is it some kind of leather or?
Yeah, but again, that shouldn't be an issue. What you might have an issue with is your flask of Amisac disappearing. So give me
I haven't remembered even that. So
you could go ahead and give me a D100 roll to see if your Amisac gets stolen.
You had booze and you weren't willing to share with Alex?
Oh, well, Alex might not want it anymore.
All right. You definitely have your bribe for Alex later.
Or Alex has all the more reason to kill him and take his alcohol.
Well, then again, Vern's not getting his alcohol back. So, but you know what? Because that was such an amazing roll, I'm going to say they didn't take your Amisac from you. It's the only item you actually got to carry with you into the Medicaid area. But the rest of you are going to get your stuff returned, except Ariane and Haley. I'd like each of you to roll 1d5 to see how many of your reagents were deemed having to be destroyed. Okay, it looks like Ariane, you are all out of holy reagents. What was remaining was considered to be too easy to contaminate. And Haley, you're down to 3.7 kilos worth of reagents. But at this point, basically everyone has their stuff returned to them. Ariane, is this the point you'll bugger off? Will you say anything to the team before you go, or are you sticking around?
I think Ariane will. I would have her go up to someone and quietly say thank you to them or something like that. But considering her current state and considering there's no real overseer of the party that she has that much respect for, she'll probably just vanish into the night or whatever.
Okay,
You won't
I lied. She'll drop by Krios and just sort of give him a slight nod and then go away.
Even though she got her eye pulled out.
Yeah, wouldn't you want a medic to see it? In fact, my medic probably...
What we're gonna worry about that later. And then she's worrying about that later. And then she's going to go to a medic.
Oh, I see.
But that doesn't involve the rest of the party, does it?
No. So, Krios, she gives you a nod. Is there anything else that Marianne says, Scout?
She'll just mutter, thank you for your help.
I'm going to roll scrutiny, and I don't mind if you give me some hefty penalties to see if I understand that this is her way of saying I won't be back. Okay, yeah, she also kind of nods back a little awkwardly and just likewise.
Okay. And she's taking Sticking with her?
Yes.
Okay. And that will be the last you see of Ariane for now. And, okay, what the hell is Shelby off and about? Okay. Yeah, so the rest of you, I'm going to say you can gear up in due time. What's the plan? Who's taking charge in that regard? Are you someone going to have everyone go to a private location?
Yes, I will get the group together. Well, actually, first I'll go to the guard hierarchy, just the nearest available. Doesn't even have to be the bitch captain, and just say, my team and I need or require a private space for a meeting. Is there anywhere we can requisition?
Same place that you've usually had.
I don't know, if you had a private place, then yeah, I'll just usher the team that way.
Okay. And, sorry, there we go, put the trauma back on you. Shelby, will you, well, Talia is going to head that way, so I'm guessing Shelby's going to stay close. Oh, sorry, Haley. Great. There you go. Was there anyone who, other than Byrne, obviously, who wasn't going to come along?
Oh, Vern is coming.
He's not cleared. He is being quarantined.
Vern cannot
That's
talk.
a conversation that will have to happen another day, or on time at least.
But are you not going to talk to the whole party in private?
Yes, that one
Okay.
is the one that's going to have to happen another day.
Now, Mathras, Hammond, and Marnius, do you want them present or not?
No,
Okay.
just the core members. Wow, so Krios and his ladies.
Yes. It is now the Krios harem instead of the Vern harem.
It was always the Krios harem.
With Henry, who is a classy lady.
Oh, she's the matron.
So it's a prostitution debt, is it?
Not necessarily.
Okay. Mathras will bow to Shelby and thank her. Right, so Krios.
Right. A lot of things have happened in the past several weeks.
Not even several weeks. This has been like 3 days.
Well, the point still remains, but I will change to several days. As far as I'm concerned, we have succeeded in our mission on this planet. But now we are at a much larger, a much more monumental moment in our lives. We have a very large choice hanging above our heads, everyone. What do you guys know of the relationships between the so-called Inquisitor Vidar? No, not Vidar. Machiasen and Avacticus.
Havictus.
That's the one, thank you. Shut up and go home.
Sorry, what did Krios just ask?
Basically, what does everyone know of what's going on between Havictus and Machiasen?
Well, Talia will be the one, obviously, with the answer to this. She'll look kind of sheepish, take a deep sigh, and say, Machiasen is not part of the Inquisition any longer. He hasn't been for 25 years. When our intelligence reports he was the one who killed his own Inquisitor, Ulysses Deshimer, or however you pronounce that. The way we are aware of this is strictly forbidden knowledge. I'm not at liberty to share with any of you. But we know 25 years ago that Ulysses died, and the evidence we have indicates it was Machiasen who did the killing. This was the day prior to Machiasen killing Havictus' daughter, and Havictus only allowed this to take place because Havictus had believed that Ulysses Deshimer had reason to send Machiasen to kill her. So when the news struck Havictus that Machiasen had done the killing of his daughter Anne without any sort of inquisitorial jurisdiction, he vowed vengeance. And that vengeance is most likely taking place right now, assuming he's been able to locate Machiasen.
So, what is the given situation currently in orbit?
I have no idea, but logically speaking, I suspect that Havictus has recruited as many vessels as he could and attacked the Towering Omega, which is officially a trader vessel anyway, so it's not going to be difficult for him to arrange an assault on that ship. But as I understand it, Machiasen is on planet with his team, which, if that is truly the case, logically, Havictus will be here personally hunting down Machiasen on the planet as well.
Okay, so this is addressing the team rather than Talia. What do you all know of Havictus? Anyone?
Nothing, just what we've overheard from Talia mentioning of him.
Pretty much.
Okay,
only
anyone
these
else?
two here know anything.
I wish I could be there with him to kill Machiasen.
Well, that makes the next part easier. We clearly no longer work for Machiasen. That is hard, solid fact. That is not a potentiality. That is not a possibility. That is unfathomable. So, the way I see it, we only have two options. Shelby, are you listening? Yes, the way I see it, we only have two options. We all just go our separate ways here and see what we can all do with our lives in this lovely universe. Or we can throw our lot in with Havictus. Assuming you have us.
Talia will bite her lip and say, Shelby was just informing me of that potential option, that maybe, and basically at this point, Vern, Look who kicks down the door. Well, not necessarily kicks down the door, but will just enter without invitation.
Okay.
He's got a gun pointing at his face.
Okay, Haley,
Big shield in front of him.
Who the hell are you? Why are you here? And give me one reason not to pull the trigger.
It's a wise idea to reply to her quickly. She's not in a good mood.
As to who I am, my name is Malachiel Di Ferraio. Or you can just call me Malachi. Why am I here? I came to look for her. And he looked at Shelby. And reason why you won't shoot me is because if you do that, it will be the last thing you will do.
I have a plasma pistol. Aimed right at your
And how
head.
fast are you with it?
You want to test it?
Sorry, just a moment. Is his helmet on right now or not?
His helmet is on right now.
Okay. And by the way, his armor is very distinctly religious.
She's still a little wary, but...
Technically, everything on him is extremely religious.
Yeah, she's got the gun pointed, but her
Shield,
finger
the
isn't on
armor, the
trigger.
weapon.
He also has a very large mace that has the symbol of the ecclesiarchy on it, and it's a very large mace.
Malachi. My name is Krios. You are interrupting a rather private meeting. Who is it that you represent here?
I'm here representing Inquisitor Havictus. And I was given a job to look for and locate Miss Tatch over here.
Talia will speak up, kind of just pointing to an auspex hanging off of Malachi's hip and say, it's tracking one of us. And considering he already pointed at Shelby, everyone's quiet.
Just one thing, then. Any proof?
Any proof? Well, for one, he starts to take his helmet off. She should recognize me from having this estate.
All right.
And out of character, would Malachi had some other proof?
Yes, he has a badge of office that basically indicates he is within the cadre of Inquisitor Havictus.
Okay. And secondly, I have this, and he shows the badge of office.
I'll holster the pistol. All right, then. Just knock next time.
Well, the door is wide open, and a PDF soldier kind of peeks his head in and goes, excuse me?
What?
Sir, Krios. Yes, sir?
Yes, son, speak.
He'll move aside and motion with his hand. And Scout, you're here?
Yes.
All right. The PDF soldier will indicate she was stowing away on the corpse shipment, sir, and she indicated she was sent for by you. Is that true, sir? And his eyes keep dwelling on her rather revealing outfit.
While it may be rather revealing, it's also covered in corpse juice right now, and she has a very, very frustrated look on her face.
Girls will actually look quite amused for the first one in a long time. Yes, soldier, she is an associate of mine. Thank you. You may go now.
Yes, sir. He'll salute and take his leave.
I'm going to cut you guys there.
Oh, okay. Reporting is being chopped